This episode is called The Last Resort, and all I can think of here is the Papa Roach song that came out 15 years after this show. So obviously, this will be a time travel episode so they can learn the song and start crying. The episode begins with some robots attacking an unknown city. The mayor is giving a speech about not surrendering the city, until he surrenders the city. Sonic and Tails arrive, surprised by how large these robots are, and prepare to fight until some new orders from their creator come in, telling the robots to surrender. So they give up! A broadcast with Dr. Robotnik appears, with him saying that he has retired from villainy, effective immediately. Didn't they already go for this back in the Two Tall Tales episode? When the camera moves, we see Robotnik is with Mama and oh no, I didn't sign up for this, get me out of this nightmare. He goes on a whole self-important speech about how great he is until he calls out to Sonic,
I'm waiting!
"It's not too late, Doctor, you can cancel your retirement anytime." But alas, he does not punish Sonic for his speech crimes. The two don't buy the speech at all though, so they go to Robotnik's fortress to investigate. And welcome back to Statue Watch. It's been a couple episodes. We only have one statue this time. It's shown a couple times, but I compared the shots. It's the same drawing. So what we have here is a strangely detailed statue of Robotnik. Like, the eyes are different from anything I've seen on any of the other statues. The closest thing I had to compare anything with was the mouth, which is where I got my comparison examples of 1930 and the smear frame for 22-3, which are all more or less circles. But this one's a rectangle, sort of. Slanted rectangle, but still a rectangle. It's a strangely unique statue, though. It's fascinating. Anyway, back to the episode. Needless to say, the two are both dropping their jaws, seeing Robotnik is sticking to his retirement. Sonic, Tails, Robotnik, and Mama are all playing house now, complete with tea sets. Sonic wants to leave, but Tails, well, who cares what Tails wants? Sonic drags him away anyway. So now they're playing checkers out in the open green yonder.
I'm waiting!
No, Sonic, bad. 2 in 1 episode is egregious enough, but 2 in under 5 minutes is basically a crime against humanity. The mayor from earlier interrupts their game to grant them the key to the city, despite them not actually helping with the raid and the robots surrendering. The mayor also offers them a vacation getaway to the last resort. Oh, that's where the episode title comes from. Tails wants to take it, but Sonic hesitates, not fully buying into the retirement scheme, but he is convinced to join in. So away they go, on a motorboat. And oh, look at that, the mayor is one of Robotnik's robots. Yeah, you got me back with Breezy way back when, but this one's pretty obvious. Just look at his head. Robotnik fires the mayor upon hearing this. Sonic and Tails are having fun on the boat, for which Tails I get, but Sonic has always been a hydrophobe, so I don't know, this feels off to me. Scratch and Grounder follow them underwater in a robofish, creating a tidal wave. Lucky them! They escape unharmed. So the robots opt to just cut the boat in half with a saw blade instead. It works as advertised, so the robots release chopperfish after Sonic and Tails. Sonic gets around this by just tying up the fish and using them to resume jetboarding. They manage this all the way until reaching the resort, where they meet this dapper fellow named Guido. Guido leads them to their first event, kayaking. Sounds fun and stupidly dangerous, so of course they're both eager to start. They push down, oh look at that, what a surprise, Guido's a robot too. There's a waterfall up ahead with Scratch and Grounder setting up a spike trap for the both of them at the bottom. Sonic falls down, but Tails manages to get loose and save himself before the fall. Sonic instead decides to start paddling backwards up a waterfall, obviously. Tails falls in the river, and funny that I mentioned Breezy a minute ago, because something shown in the episode is that Tails can swim. Of course they're fine, why would you expect otherwise? Guido brings them to the second event, to climb a mountain, except it's not a mountain, it's an active volcano, and they have to climb it from the inside. The inside looks just like Marble Zone too. Not sure if that's intended or not, but I appreciate that regardless. Sonic throws a rope up to get out and do so, with Scratch and Grounder sending a fireball at them. Sonic and Tails dodge it and are excited to see what is in store for them tomorrow. Robotnik, meanwhile, is telling off Scratch and Grounder for being terrible at catching Sonic, which is completely warranted. Robotnik loses his patience, so he goes to catch Sonic himself, while tasking Scratch and Grounder to take care of Mama. Something so dire, the robots beg and plead to be fired instead. Sonic and Tails go skydiving, with Robotnik serving as the plane pilot. All 3 of them end up jumping, Sonic and Tails having their parachutes sabotaged. Robotnik's is fine though, so he taunts them before safely descending. Tails hooks Sonic up to the plane via a bungee jump cord, where he cuts Robotnik's parachute. This sends Robotnik down to where Guido is. The episode ends with Sonic and Tails taking over the plane to go seek out more adventure. The Sonic Says is about wandering off alone. Not really relevant to the episode, but it's fine. As for the episode itself, I surprisingly actually liked it quite a lot, despite multiple red flags being here. Once they started going to the island, the episode becomes a fast-paced adventure that, even if the story structure is something we've all seen over and over, is still forgivable because of what we get on the island. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and have a good one. Bye-bye.